What's up, Chicago? It's your boy, Maze Jackson, getting ready for the Maze Jackson social media question of the week. Live in the studio, behind the scenes, like we always do. We like to give a behind-the-scenes view. As I promised you, Courtney's hair. There it is.
I don't know what's going on today, guys. It's like a pin-up thing.
She got a pin-up. She got a pin-up poop.
Is burning.
And then we have Sonia. Sonia, is your hair a different color?
Yeah, I'm working on to lighten it.
Yeah, lightening it. There's those magic fingers, ladies and gentlemen. Collars lit up.
I'm having a moment.
Okay, guys, we're
Having a
gonna.
moment.
So one thing I've learned as I've been at WVON is that when Courtney's having a moment, get the heck out the way. So I'm leaving to go say what's up. I'm gonna leave now, and I'm gonna go say what's up to Doma T. Pongo because Courtney
I love you.
is having a moment, and Courtney
Y'all don't
moment.
understand. I'm
Yes.
extremely disappointed, guys, because I really wanted some guests on this morning show that I was not able to get. So
And I didn't get the right audio. I dropped it.
No, I'm just a little upset.
I didn't help either.
You know, so it has nothing to do with you guys. I just really like when I can really hit the nail on the head, and I don't feel like I did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is something that we don't see from millennials very often. Caring about their job. Black excellence right here. WVON, voice of the Negro. The coffee's kicking in. The coffee is kicking in. And just in case you don't know, I get extra hype when I come here because I have them give me a turbo shot. And guys, let me just tell you, the Dunkin' Donuts turbo shot is really a turbo shot.
I need to try it.
Let me just tell you. Literally, the time I am literally a zombie in the car.
Oh my God!
I'm a zombie in the car until I get to that Dunkin' Donuts. The time it takes for me to get from the Dunkin' Donuts on King Drive to here,
2 blocks.
I've gone from good morning to... And now, the Maze Jackson social media question of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, we try to give it to you live behind the scenes.
Oh, we got Travis Conley calling in at 8:50.
Oh,
I'm excited. He got a book, so he's calling.
Tavis got a book. A book? He got a new book? I never read the old book. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to give you live, as I always do.
Yo,
Doma
Maze Jack,
T.
what's going on?
Doma T.
Right all up in here with it.
I'm sorry, Doma T gotta go to church today, yo.
Man,
Look at him
I'm
funky fresh.
trying to keep up with you, Maze
Funky
Jackson.
fresh.
Man. What's going on?
What's up, man? Talk to
What's
me,
the social
man.
media question early?
Uh,
Or are you waiting to give that away? Can
No,
you
I'm
give it
not
up?
waiting to give it away. The social
curious.
media question is, what responsibility do the black legislators have to represent us? So I don't know if you saw yesterday, but Cullerton is planning on trying to propose a tax on gas.
Oh, yeah.
For every mile that you drive, it's an additional.
It's an additional, yeah.
I mean, when does it stop, Doma T?
Yeah,
when does
yeah.
it stop? We don't have a budget.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Rauner is trying to crush us from one side,
Yeah.
and now the Democratic Party is trying to tell us we got to take a gas tax.
Let me pick your brain. So I'm going to be on YCC tonight, right? And we're
Okay.
talking TIP districts. And one of the points that I want to make is that how are aldermen advocating for the districts that they live in to make sure that they get these TIP dollars? And it speaks to what you're saying. These black legislators, how are they?
Well,
What do you think? How do you think that?
Don't see. I do think on the TIF piece,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's this big scary thing to people who are outside, and then when you become an alderman, you want the TIFs in your area because that allows you to bring a development. But if you don't have the businesses to populate the TIF, then it really does you no good. So we really need to stop using the TIFs to go downtown and bring them to the south side. We need to
But
start.
are Southside aldermen pushing for that the way they should be, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think they are pushing for it. The challenge becomes, Doma T, will businesses locate to their areas
To support.
to fill the TIF?
To fill
See,
the
you
TIF,
gotta
yeah.
have people that want to come to your area to be the TIF. So if you're in Inglewood, how many people are really going to be trying to open up a business right now? So yeah, you could put a TIF in Inglewood, but the thing is supposed to be, the TIF is supposed to help the neighborhoods that aren't. It's supposed to incentivize people. We'll talk about it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
All right?
That's why that's Maze Jackson. That's why he did that.
Maze Jackson social media question.
All you got to do is make it over there. Give them a call, 773-238-7071. That's 773-238-7071. Place your order in advance, and the food is ready for you when you get there. I'm talking about Dakota Seafood, providing Chicago with the best seafood for over 60 years.
WVON.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Commercial. The colas, I hope they got a special deal with you on the side besides just eating food. You know what though? Mr. DeCola is super, super, super cool too.
Have you met Bob DeCola?
Yes.
Yes, man.
Man, I had a big old long 3-hour conversation with him one day about politics.
Dude, he loves it. He loves politics. Real super duper cool guy, man. And that's one of the things I want our listeners to know, that when you support our, advertisers, man, the majority of them, man, they believe in the African American community, man. He's a good guy.
Well, Bob is smart. You know what? I mean, he has.
He was trying to do what he was trying to do.
What? By Lawrence's.
Well, no, he was trying to get licensed to grow weed.
Should have talked, man. You know,
He's got farmland, man.
we should talk about that. Man, Matt, I also want to talk to you about the. Well, I'll talk to you on the camera right now, so I don't want to talk about it.
Because he's got like fucking farmland, man, where he was raising, he was doing like organic chickens and shit like that. And then when the weed thing came about, he was like, yo.
What? Man, you know what? I want to tell you that I think he gave me some of his organic chicken.
Yeah, he probably did. Mm-hmm. He also owns that flower shop that's right next to him as well.
I'm not surprised.
What's wrong, Escobar? Your headphones aren't working?
Right.
What happened to your fancy ones?
He broke.
Oh, you broke the fancy ones?
What, you broke them up here?
I think they
Pulled them out.
Yeah, I pulled them out.
I'm surprised.
What's up, everybody? Okay, Matt, we got a bunch of people watching, tuning in live. So, shout out to my beautiful wife, Carrie Steele. Straight up to Big Rap. What up to Big Rap? Hey, Erica Summers, Brandon Jones, Doma T. Pongo, Erica Rudis Hardy. What's up, girl? All the way from Yorktown. Gustavo, what's up? Lorinda, Chauncey, Jeanette, Tom Matthew, Josie, Marcy, Jesse Butler. What up, Jesse? And Chauncey Coquit, as always. What's up, everybody? We are about to get it in. Are you ready for the social media question of the week?
Healthcare.
Mark is texting me
And that's not unique to us. That's across the country.
Healthcare costs are the main reason Brandon's out here.
We're just looking to get something that's more reasonable and, fair.
Heather Curtis, Arlington, Virginia.
Kobe Bryant crashed Twitter during his final NBA game last night. Reaction to the Lakers superstar's 60-point performance apparently overloaded the social media.
Are we good? Can you hear me, everybody? Now, this is going to be a little different because I got a new kind of tripod, so I'm trying to work some things out. Stick with me, all right? Hey, Danielle!
ASU. A unique patented formula. Cosentyx ASU goes to work fast on a cellular level inside your joints. Its active ingredients are shown to inhibit specific enzymes that break down cartilage as you age.
What up, Darian?
The joint cushioning cartilage, important for comfortable activity. Try Cosentyx ASU at Costco.com and other fine retailers.
When you're running your own business, you're bound to be busy.
Sorry, I hate the dead air, guys.
Too busy worrying about your budget. Too busy scheduling appointments. Too busy to build a website for your business. And because you're too busy, it has to be easy. And that's where Wix.com.
Can you guys hear?
With Wix.com.
Tell me if you can hear the questions. Can you hear the speaker? I'm trying to. I did not have my so I'm trying to make sure you got some volume. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear the Matt? Can you hear the questions in the radio in the background? Give me a thumbs up or somebody tell me something. Thanks, Darian. Appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, let's get ready. We're going to get it rocking today. Hey, y'all, I got something to tell y'all. Real talk. So, what I'm hearing is that there have been some people that do not like what I've been talking about. Not because I'm not telling the truth, but because they don't like the things that I'm talking about because it makes them uncomfortable and it's starting to make them answer some questions. Let me just tell you, it was pretty disheartening. I thought that there were white folks working against me. Turns out that it's a lot of the black people that are working against me. Y'all, I just want to make sure that black people get their fair share. And sometimes maybe I don't say it right. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm not really trying to hurt nobody. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I just want black people to eat. We need some food.
I know that's right.
I mean, seriously, this dude is talking about we are under assault from both sides at this point. Think about it, Matt. Did you hear Cullerton talk? That's my question today.
I didn't hear.
Did you hear about Cullerton
No, what did he say?
proposing a new gas tax?
Oh, I did hear that.
Per mile?
I didn't, right. Yeah, I did hear that.
Matt, where do these people live? Right, we don't have a budget.
Right.
And they talking about adding another tax.
Yeah, I did hear that. I didn't hear the details of it. I did hear gas tax, and I was like, what?
Matt, no, but no. So Boykins got a tax to prevent violence, which I think is really more stuntish.
You talking Commissioner Boyd?
And then you've got Cullerton.
This is a gas tax, too.
We already pay the highest gas prices in the country. And I mean, we're higher than California.
Right. Look at those cigarettes or something. Yeah.
Man,
I
don't know.
feel like we hit them with the taxes all the time.
Man, you get they gonna tax smokers out of smoking. All right, what's up to Jeanette Washington? What up, Johnny Kearney? Boy, y'all better watch it. Y'all get in trouble messing with Maze in the mornings. You think is he gonna pull out New York?
It don't look like it. Yeah, I think he knows it too. But he's just because I think New York is proportional, so he's just got to try and get some delegates, as many delegates as he can. That's what that
Okay.
Now.
Oh, it's proportional.
Yeah, I think he knows he's not because they even say even if he wins, he can't just barely win and make a difference. He needs to overwhelmingly win. So
Well, we saw Obama overwhelmingly win, and what did that get us? Oh, I forgot. We got it.
Hillary's got this. I think she's got the nomination on lock.
Well, she's got the nomination a lot because them super delegates ain't moving.
Going nowhere.
I
know this cat here from Card Sellers. He's over there, young guy out of North Carolina.
Have you been? Do you know Giano?
Yeah, Giano's in town, man.
Huh?
I know Jesus. Has he been getting some?
Man, Giano is off the chain. You know he's the Fox guy though. He's the Black Fox guy. Giano is killing the game right now. Killing the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready because we about to do it right now.
Tonight, come on down. The 2016 WVON Heritage Film Series continues with Perry Small in the house at the Beverly Arts Center, guys. Get on out there, join Perry, and of course her special guest who's going to be in the house as well. The name of the film, Dreamcatcher. Do you want to catch a dream? If you do, then come out to the Beverly Arts Center tonight, 24/7 West 111th Street. Dreamcatcher is a movie about a former Chicago prostitute, Brenda Myers Powell. She now is helping young women and teenage girls get out of the cycle of abuse and exploitation. Perry and Brenda will have a conversation after the film. It all starts at 7 p.m. at the Beverly Arts Center, 2407 West 111th Street. Go on WVON.com and click on the Dreamcatcher banner and get your tickets today. Also, if you get out there early, ComEd's going to be in the house, and they're going to be giving away some tickets. So make it out there early. Come see Perry Small tonight. Check out this incredible documentary, Dreamcatcher. Do you want to catch a dream? The WVON 2016 Heritage Film Series is brought to you by GenCare and powered by our friends at ComEd. 591-1690 is the number to call. Tavis coming up later on. Tavis has got a new book out, guys. And he's going to tell you about it. You know, Tavis is one of those people, you don't have to say his last name, you just say Tavis.
He a first namer.
First namer. Everybody knows you're talking about Tavis Smiley. There's no doubt about it. And Maze, too. Maze is in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Matty Matt? How you feeling, man?
Maze Jackson's social media question of the week on Thursday mornings right here on WVON.
You know, Matt, I wake up, I'm not an early bird, but I tell you what, I wake up excited on Thursdays to get with the WVON listening audience. I cannot wait to get here, go get my coffee. Was that your egg that
That
just
was
dropped?
my egg that fell.
I was like,
For the second time, it fell.
look at your boy Matty Matt drop. Well, at least it was boiled.
It's a boiled egg.
That's
yeah.
good stuff. That's good stuff.
Especially when the sun is out like it is today, man. When you wake up on mornings like this, man, you just get fired up about coming into the station, and we got some great weather out there. Did you hear about the Police Accountability Task Force report?
Yeah, I heard about the Police Accountability Task Force report, and I think, Matt, that's par for the course, right? I think that they know dang on well that they need to calm this stuff down, and so I think that the Police Accountability report, I think people are taking it out of pocket, right? Because ultimately they just reported, they just took what people said, everything that you said at those council meetings, at those public hearings, etc. They just compiled all of that and kind of summarized it. And I think that we shouldn't get bent out of shape that they did it. If they would have said there's no racism in the police department, then everybody would have been mad. And I just think that, Matt, we have got to move past complaining to getting to a point of trying to identify some solutions, right? You know, I think about Eddie Johnson and how much black folks are clowning over Eddie Johnson, but they said they wanted a police chief from Chicago and they wanted a black one. So now we are upset with the rules, but the rules put a black. So the first time the rules count to put a black person in, the Negroes are the first people outside hollering, right? It wasn't fair. We didn't like the way it was done. We don't like the way anything is done. Now you got people that he's going to be a rubber stamp of the mayor, or he's going to do what the mayor says, or we can't trust anybody that Ron picks. Matt, I'm a realist, right? I understand that everybody's mad at Ron, and at this point there's nothing he can do. No matter what he does, up, down, left, right, if you told him to jump through the hole, he would jump through the hole. You'd still be mad. Now, to me, if we could get black folks to wake up and recognize that now is the time to start making demands. But you want to complain, make demands. If they can afford it, I'm almost positive that the mayor would do whatever he could to make sure that people are not jumping down his throat.
I almost think if the mayor resigned,
he resigned too early.
Right, he would be, and then even if a black person became mayor, that is going to be a certain segment of our community that's going to be like, well, he's just going to do it. I don't trust him either. So, you know, and I get it. People have the right to be skeptical, and we've been burned in this city a lot. I get it, but I agree with you 100%. And you're not saying don't protest. It's just that we have to protest, but also move on to the future. What are we going to do to make it better? What are we doing proactively to make these changes? Police Accountability Task Force, like I said, didn't tell us anything we did not know. Everybody says Eddie Johnson is a good guy, but now because of the process, people are going, I don't know.
Now, they've been cheating on that police exam since 1978. I got reports from it. Now black folks want to be mad. Man, don't get me started on that, man. I just think that we've got to, I wish that we could take all the cameras out of the city. Like all of the cameras and all of the Facebook. And then I wonder how many more protests we'd have. If you couldn't get the Facebook moment for the protest, if there was no CNN, how many people would be really out here doing all of this stuff? Now, I'm not suggesting that it's not right, but I'm saying that right now, you know, I see this with protesting all the time. So you get people over a barrel. There's a tipping point, right? So everybody is like, okay, we'll do whatever. Mm-hmm. There comes a point when it's like, no matter what I do, you're going to screw me. So if you're going to screw me no matter what, then I'm not listening to you at all. And we're going to rapidly approach that point. And I think the challenge is right now, Matt, and I really don't want to denigrate anybody, is that we got a gap in leadership, right? So right now, the people that are leading the charge are young people. Our kids, my kids that would be my generation of our age, and they have assumed the mantle of leadership in the protest space, right? They're pushing the envelope and they're protesting, but they haven't learned the business completely, so they don't know how, once you've gotten to the protest, now go to the table and negotiate into some action. And so they're excited still. And then the other part that you've got is you've got people in my generation trying to manipulate that to build their own, leverage what the young people are doing to build their own power base. And so we just got all types of madness going on right now.
I got a couple of phone calls before we get to your question. We're going to do the social media question because I know some people have been holding on and want to comment. So I'm going to get to a couple of phone calls here. James, good morning, James.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's going on, brother?
Man, when you talk about, like, I graduated from St. Rita in the early 90s, okay? And from when I graduated, from my graduating class, about 30% of them are now, I know, Chicago police officers.
It's about right.
Through my 4 years there, from my freshman year to my senior year, and then after, I can probably about 500 people on the Chicago police force that I know that either went to St. Rita or went to a Catholic, because I played football, so they know me. And I know where they came from. I went to high school with these guys. I'm the same age as Van Dyke. I know how they think. I know how they taught in high school. Yeah. I know who their fathers were. I know where they grew up in. So, it's not surprising to me. A lot of these guys are legacy. Their fathers was Chicago police officers.
Majority of them.
Their grandfathers was Chicago. A lot of them carrying their father's badge. You know what I mean? So, I know the mentality that they have about. But that being said, I kind of agree with the previous caller. Listen, when I was 16 years old, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I had, lots of friends from different areas of the south side of Chicago. When I was 16, man, I was worried about my ACT score. I was worried about playing football. I was worried about a math test that I had the next day. I wasn't running the streets with a knife or doing stuff like that, you know what I mean, when I was 16. I was in the bed asleep because I had to get up and go to school in the morning. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't get what's going on. If you about business and about something positive, there's lots of kids that grew up, black kids outside of Chicago that grew up in one-parent household that are very successful today in bad situations. So I don't want to hear a lot of people came from one-parent household. That's very successful business people, judges, politicians, accountants, lawyers. So that's not the, listen, it's people out here, whether they white or black, they're going to get into some stuff. And if they get, have somebody police, then that's on them. Because if you doing something positive, you're 9 times out of 10, you're not going to run into no problems with the police.
I think this. I think that being poor and living in a neighborhood that does not have resources is a reason why we see some of the behavior that we see, but it's not an excuse for criminal behavior.
We always been in neighborhoods. I mean,
I agree.
Like people like Devon Patrick and people like
I agree. I agree. I agree. All right. Go ahead, Max.
So, what, I'm with the caller, but I do think that one of the things that we have not fundamentally addressed in all of this violence, and I had a great conversation the other day with some members of some gentlemen who have returned home from the other college that is more popular in our community. And one of the things that they brought up in trying to address these violence issues is that most of these kids are in an altered reality. So you can't even, they're killing, murdering, and death, but the difference is we've pumped these kids full of drugs. Come on, man. You know what, Matt? I learned a trick. You see these kids walking around with Band-Aids on their neck? Have you seen that lately? So, I'm thinking they done got a shaving cutter. That's them putting pills on their neck and covering it and letting it absorb into their system over the whole day. When you talk to some of these teachers and they're telling you that these kids are coming into the school high at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, they sitting in school sipping scissorp and all of those different things, Matt.
That works doing that?
Man,
I'm gonna try that with a Viagra.
The challenge becomes with that, Matt, is that you can't even get to the kid until you address the addiction problem that is there. And what I don't think is that we're not, moms want to get that check, right? So many times you see all these kids and they are labeled, mentally or not mentally, they learning disability, ADD. So you want the extra check, so you go get them on that stuff, and they get Ritalin and all that stuff. And it ain't that these kids got ADD. We didn't have ADD when I grew up. We had get your butt in line or your mama gonna hit you with that belt.
You got hit on the head and said, focus.
And and guess what? She could get you focused real quick. So I just think that the difference right now is that the pervasiveness of not even illegal drugs, but prescription drugs that these kids have been on since age 4, so their mind is already warped.
And that's why, like, one of the recommendations in the report focuses on mental health and mental illness, and perhaps dealing with how the police department engages with young people that might be dealing with some mental issues. So that is very important. All right, when we come back, Maze has got a social media question of the week. We'll get to that. Dumpty's got traffic and weather on the way next.
What's up to my state's attorney? Hey, Kim Fox. Appreciate you watching all the time. What up, Jeff White, Kim Bradley, Dave Britton, John Rember, Big Rap, Johnny Kearney. I got y'all already. Sean John, what you mean there I go? I'm telling you, it's a lot going on out here, and it ain't as simple as people want to have it be.
Where do you get your haircut at?
Burn.
Where's that?
On 47th and King Drive. Burning Spells.
You talking about next to Jokes and Notes?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hey man, they good too.
Is that right?
They got a bunch of good people in there. But if you go see Vern. I'll tell him.
My hair I cut my own hair. I'm just tired of doing it. But right now. But I didn't put anything in my hair yet this morning, so this is a good time.
Yeah, you ain't look, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all some inside perspective. Matt is trying to figure out what he's gonna do with his hair. See, Matt got that special. He got that special hair.
Should I get it colored?
See, it's wavy. See that?
It's all over the place.
Matt got
but
that.
It's gray.
Matt got that. The slave master visited a couple times here, right? You know what I'm saying?
I want to get it cut.
Now me, on the other hand, I got straight African naps, right? See, Matt, you know, people used to make fun of me for all that stuff, but now what I've come to realize is the darker you are, the less.
Well, I wish I had some more color back there. You know what's funny? I got two of my kids. My daughter has, she got my hair. My son got his mother's hair, and he is upset about that, man. He's like, how come I didn't get any waves in my hair at all, man? So my daughter's got the wavy, curly hair. My son doesn't, and he's just like, that's not fair. This hair is a mess, though.
Look,
I need a barber.
He ain't even moving. Hey, Vernon Spells.
Barber.
Vernon Spells, this your boy Maze Jackson. If you out there watching, and Vern, you tend to be watching regularly. Matty Matt is looking for a barber. I told him, come fuck with you. Come mess with you. Pardon me. Burp.
Shannon. A lot of people go to Shannon.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little disappointed.
Tab is
Knock that out the park.
Come on over here, Courtney, and tell us why you're disappointed.
I didn't feel those is because I wanted to
Come on over here, Courtney.
People want to
So everybody, Courtney, look at Courtney. You know what? What's that movie where the guy does this? And he's got the hair and it goes like this, and he's got like a red hair and it all goes to a point. Look at Courtney was practicing this morning.
Perry Small.
Look, and she.
Perry Small.
About that little boy.
Why were they going crazy?
Because I was like, that thinks the little motherfucker did it.
Matt, you know your name is in the report, right? As hosting the thing.
Oh, is that right?
Hi, Maze. Hi, Perry Small. Say what's up to the people.
I said, what did I say?
I gotta show you.
So I have to not put my phone down during the breaks.
You can't put it down.
Because down and they pick it up. Cash Money when Cash Money made me take the volume out of one of my videos because of the copyright infringement.
For real?
Ain't that crazy?
Cash Money?
Cash Money on some bull. Cash Money. Tell baby now.
Talking about police. I want Perry. Wait a minute. So this is second city. These are the pictures.
Oh, God. Hey, y'all. We're going to have to put the protection out for Matt.
The website.
I think
Prepare your cursing on Facebook Live.
Get ready for the Maze Jackson social media question of the week. We about to do it now.
They just overreact. That's all right. All right, we're back. It's 8:23 on WVON. 591-1690 is the number to call. Guys, come on out tonight and join Perry Small at the Beverly Arts Center. We'll tell you about that coming up at 8:30. The movie, the film, and of course the most opinionated woman in talk radio. All right, 591-1690. Maze has got his social media question of the week. Maze, what is it?
What up, Matt? You know, we got off into our conversation. I was like, man, we can skip it, but let's do it.
We got, hey.
Because I got a good one, and I think we're going to have people on fire. All right, so the state of Illinois has not had a budget for almost a year. We're headed towards a shutdown, and Chicago State is set to close in less than 20 days. Earlier this week, Governor Rauner announced a new school funding formula that would cut funds to CPS while adding funds to suburban school districts. And now Senate President Cullerton is proposing a new gas tax that would charge motorists by the mile that they drive. Clearly, the black community is under attack from both sides. Both sides, Democrats and Republicans. So, Matt, my question today is, at what point do the legislators that are elected to represent black people have a responsibility to do what's right for black people, not the party, right? So we know Governor Rauner doesn't care about Chicago, right? Which disproportionately impacts blacks and Latinos. He's not going to lose anything with his base because he's giving more resources to everybody outside of Chicago. Right now, we've been put in a holding pattern and told just to wait. So I do believe, Matt, that eventually they're going to come to a budget deal. But how much?
Man.
But here's the thing, Matt. How many of our businesses, how many black people will suffer? See, I think we're like dollar poker chips on the board. And they haven't even started gambling. So we're going to be casualties of war. And I feel like right now we know how this is disproportionately impacting the black community. So to see the Senate president then propose a gas tax on top of everything without still not coming up with the budget, at what point does somebody say, okay, enough is enough? I got to do what's right for the black community. Because right now, I still am not sure what the plan is except a siege. And in a siege, right, we saw that that Speaker Madigan came out on 2 days ago and said that this is a personal war that the governor is waging against us. So we're going to wait it out. Mm-hmm. Now, waiting it out, that works for rich people. Waiting it out works for people that are not dependent on the resources. The schools in the suburbs are going to open. Right? Who is talking for us? What's the black plan? How do we navigate through this? Because I'm telling you, at the end of this, Matt, we are all casualties of war.
So we would have to hear from members of the Black Caucus and have them spell that out for us.
Well, do we need to start saying what we want and what our demands are, and then instead of asking them and start telling?
But see, this is what I think. I think Governor Rauner, he is fine with sharing the blame in Chicago, because the reality is, in Chicago, half of the people are going to blame the governor, half the people are going to blame Mike Madigan, or all the people are going to blame both of them. So Rauner is cool. I'll split the blame in Chicago because I know the rest of the state, they're gonna be on my side. So this is a winning calculus for him. People in Chicago are going to be upset about the fact that we don't have this budget.
They wasn't voting for him no way.
Right, they'll blame me, but they'll also blame the speaker as well. So I'll share the blame with them in Chicago.
And the black folks gonna blame Corey Brooks, and the black folks are gonna blame Corey Brooks and James Meeks. Right. They gonna say, why didn't he do it? Meanwhile, we got.
But what do you suggest though, Nate? What would you like to see a black legislator do?
I'm not gonna speak for a black legislator. Because you do that and then they get the calling.
Is there anything they can do though?
They get the calling and saying
Well, they might
he's
be
telling
ashamed
too
to
much.
do that.
He's telling too much. That means he's the enemy of black people. No, here's what I say. What I say, Matt, is that what's the black plan? What is it that we care about? What is it? See, here's the deal, and I keep trying to emphasize this to people. We have the largest majority in Springfield. The black people. I'm not even. Let's not even talk about the black caucus. Let's just talk about Democrats. The Democratic caucus is the biggest caucus in Springfield. What is on the list at the end of this budget? And I keep saying this. You got two rich melanin challenged men that are both rich. And at the end of this, no matter how much tax they put on it, no matter what they do, they're going to both be rich and they'll still survive. What is it that black people want to make a deal on either side? So I'm curious to know, like, what are we doing in this process? Are we just waiting it out? Because again, Chicago State is done. In less than 20 days, Chicago State is done. And if we have another rally to tell us that Governor Rauner don't like black people, so Matt, what? Come on, and then they propose a gas tax per mile that you drive. Who can afford that, Matt?
Yeah, but is a black legislator going to step out and?
No, because you're going to be Ken Duncan.
All right.
We have completely. No one is speaking. Now somebody will call and curse me out and tell me what I ain't talking about, but they won't do the same thing.
All right, 591-1690. It's 8:30. We've got phone calls. Let's get to them when we return on WVON. Domati Pongo coming your way with headline news next. Hey, Chicago, when it's time for seafood, now's your time to go to DeCola's. All right, Dakota Seafood, I'm sorry, located in Beverly at DeCola's. It's special. All you got to do is walk right in and pick out what you want. This hour of the show is brought to you by our friends at Dakota Seafood. For the best seafood in town, guys, go to 107th and Western in Beverly and find out why WVON listeners enjoy the best seafood in town. Give them a call, 773-238-7071. That's 773-238-7071. Place your order in advance and the food is ready for you when you get there. I'm talking about Dakola's, everybody, providing Chicago with the best seafood for over 60 years. I thought Domati. All right.
Man. All right, y'all. I'm about to try and get to y'all questions now.
What about this for a poll question? Even though 6 lieutenant governors have become governor,
Say that.
I said this is a poll question.
Okay.
Even though 6 lieutenant governors went on to be governors, they're trying to get rid of the lieutenant governor.
Right.
Should we get rid of the office of lieutenant governor?
No.
Why?
I don't think we should get rid of the office of lieutenant governor because I do believe that there should be a progression. So who would be the person? The treasurer? See, to me, when you run with you are making the choice. You have a choice in saying, okay, this person will be the next in line. Now, we don't ever think of it that way, but at least I have a say in what my succession plan is.
Okay.
If you leave it up
You got
to...
me tweaking.
They're trying to get rid of the office of lieutenant governor, right?
Oh, are you really?
They've been.
You know what I think happened on the show yesterday when I was talking about the shootings? Because the early information we got.
Edward, I'm 100% serious. It's in the paper. You can see the link. He is proposing this, and it's completely crazy.
The exact same thing to Pat Campbell.
I'm saying Aaron Travis. You're calling him the devil, but the devil is colorblind, and you're suggesting that by aligning with Rauner, they're the devil. But what role does the Speaker and the Democratic Party have in this? Meeks and Brooks can't really do too much. This is now something that is in the hands of the black people elected to represent us. They straight for their people. They made a choice, and they're helping the people that they helped. Now, what happens for the rest of us? Who's speaking for us? Because we ain't got nobody on the other side that's even talking to the governor to make him think. You think 2 people outweigh 10 million? Y'all are being crazy, man. That's why we jammed up. You picking between Democrats and Republicans instead of picking based on who's going to get you what you need.
But you don't know that when you shoot them.
What up, Sean Lett? What up, Derek? Marshall Grant, what up, boy? Some Susie, what up, Reggie?
As a police officer, are you cool with shooting somebody that's running away from you?
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah, they cool with shooting somebody that's running away from them. They mad that you made me. You know, they like, did you make me run?
Because they made them run.
You made me run.
See, that's I want cops to be like, nah. Since shooting somebody
What up, Donnie?
has always been something that is less honorable in the field of being a police officer. Dude,
White person shooting a white person in the What up, Stephen Mitchell?
I mean, the autopsy's going to tell the truth. Whether he got shot in
He
the
got
back.
shot in the chest.
No, so maybe he did turn around.
Well, how come his pants was on the other side of the fence?
They said he was scaling the fence. You know, but you know, that's, I mean, that website, they're just trying to.
You talking about Second City?
Is that it?
Man, you read Second City, man. You gonna hate every police officer in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Second City, they go in. They be like, Monkey Coon. That's what you could have found out about any scandal in the police department. Read Second City Cop.
They some horrible people.
No.
What up, John Stelly?
Friend's a cop, and so she kind of.
No, it wasn't Natasha. It was somebody that sent the text to her.
Oh.
It wasn't Natasha.
I basically said, hey, look. Hey, look. I said, it really is 8 o'clock now to do the investigation.
See, this is my thinking, guys. Let me tell you. This is my
John, I
thinking.
think it's a race and a class issue. They'd like to make a class, but fundamentally, race is underneath. It's underneath it all.
What Jason Van Dyke is going through right now.
Right.
I don't believe that anybody would shoot somebody in this climate, no matter how racist they are. When they have lifted the veil.
They shot that boy through the door.
No, I'm saying since, come on, at the point where they don't call it for the end of IFRA and all that sort of thing. I don't think, and like you said, the police officer that shot the boy through the door. Do you really think that today, no matter how racist you are, no matter how much you hate black people, do you really think that a cop would want to be the next Jason Van Dyke?
No, they just gonna do a better job of not being a
But that's
Jason Van
but
Dyke.
that's the point. Do you really believe that right now that you would be that stupid?
I think that they are so arrogant in a relationship with our lives that they would do it.
Okay.
Why not? All right, guys, it's 8:36. Tavis Smiley coming up. He's got a new book out. He's going to tell you all about it, as he always does when Tavis releases something. He likes to come on WVON and tell our listeners about it, and we appreciate that. We'll also ask him about the presidential election, which is kind of interesting. Tavis was on television responding to Bill O'Reilly's comments about African Americans with tattoos on their foreheads. That's interesting. Coming from Bill O'Reilly, though, not surprising. 591-1690, Mays Jackson social media question of the week on WVON. And Mays, go ahead and tell your question, because I know we kind of chopped it up a little bit and started conversing about it. But tell our listeners what your question is.
Okay, so Matt, my question is, we're under assault by both the Democrats and the Republicans at this point, the black community. As you know, the governor has this turnaround agenda, and we just heard that the Senate president is now proposing a gas tax per mile that you drive. And so my social media question of the week is, at what point do the legislators that are elected to represent black people have a responsibility to do what's best for black people and not the party?
All right, 591-1690 is the number to call. You know who the governor is. You know who the power players are in Springfield. Do you have an expectation that your black legislators are going to do what's in the interest of black people outside of the Democratic Party, or maybe even contrary to what the Democratic Party's strategy is for going up against the governor? It's a very good question. Get your thoughts on it. Steve is calling us from Calumet City. Steve, good morning.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Great, how about you?
All right. I think what happened, what was wrong was the fact of electing the governor is when they took the governor to court about the budget. See, what Democrats, well, let me just say black legislators at this point. See, if everybody don't suffer at the same we having what we having right now, because they should have never took Runner to court for the budget, because if everybody was suffering all at the same time,
Yep.
then we would have it. But still, this is what the Democrats do all the time. See, the Republicans know how to take hostages. Democrats don't do that. They would agree on parts that the Republicans like, and then we'll discuss the social programs or whatever later. And that's why we have what we have right now, because 90% of the budget that the court told Runner that he has to, the money that he has to release to, benefited the financial sector.
And let me back up.
That's what we have right now.
Let me jump in on that. And it also benefited all of those guys and people downstate, right? So that meant that the prison guards got to keep getting paid. That means that all the people, see, right now, everything, all the squeeze is on black people. Now, I'm not going to say it's only on black people, because white folks use social services, but disproportionately it's impacting the people in Chicago. The people that are going to pay the price for this are black Democrats, right? Now check this out. And the reason that the speaker doesn't have to worry about it is because no matter, even if the black Democrats in the city get unelected, guess what? The new ones that come down there will be part of the party, and they will follow the role, and he will still be the man. So we have no leverage in this thing right now, right? Because no one is worried about what's happening to black folks, and them white folks downstate are like, man, we not feeling it. I'm with you. If you shut the whole thing down and everybody feels the pain, then guess what? Everybody's putting pressure on everybody. They not feeling it over on the southwest side yet. They're not feeling it downstate just yet. You're feeling it because you rely on all of those services, but we're quiet, right? We get to be quiet because we ain't got to say, we're not going to say nothing. We just going to toe the party line.
But I would imagine that there are white people in the state that are feeling this budget.
But not as disproportionately as black folks.
I agree with that. But like, for example, Chicago State is just one of several universities that is going through a financial crisis because of this.
But Chicago State is closing, right? The other ones have cash reserves. They have all types of other financial options. You know, Chicago State probably ain't got no credit. You know how black folks do.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised with the leadership, Brother Calhoun over there right now. And you know what? It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if Rauner pulls a PR move and saves Chicago State. Now let everything else still happen.
Let me back up. Chicago. Oh.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'm talking about this from the federal level on down. Why don't the Democrats and y'all think, why y'all don't think they take hostage? Why y'all don't think they hold their vote and leverage their vote when it comes down to, we might as well be talking about money. We're talking about business interests. Why do you think they don't never do it? Do you think they purposely does it because at the end of the day, social programs, the programs that benefit the poor people is automatically on the back burner, period? Or do you think that they are incompetent? I mean, which one is it? Because I think, me personally, it's simple math. No matter what, whether Republicans lose election or whether they win election, they always win on policy. You know why? Because they take.
Well, I'm not going to say
I wouldn't agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Right.
I wouldn't agree that they always win, and I would also say that our black legislators win when we're in regular times. I would say that they do a very good job of trying to represent the interests of our community. I would say that right now we're in extreme times. And because we're in extreme times, they may not have ever been in this situation, and they're kind of relying on someone else to kind of shepherd them through. But the person that they're relying to shepherd them through this process is not necessarily, does not have our best interests at hand. So right now, all of our negotiations are being handled, the whole thing is being slopped by two people, right? The governor and the speaker. And I just fundamentally feel like right now, the black folks got to have a plan for black people, because if we don't, they're going to come up with the deal. And the easiest thing to sacrifice is stuff that matters to us. right? It's easy to say
social programs are always on the cutting board.
exactly.
There's no question. The chopping blocks.
And because they haven't built our whole infrastructure in the black community, financial, business, all of us is mostly built around government related stuff.
And see, we need to get out of that though, long term.
Well, see, but
long term, we need to get out of that. Not short term, but long term.
I'm 100% in agreement. But then when you start talking about that, then they want to call you a Republican, or they want to say that you don't have the black interest at hand. But the social services are a diminishing return program, and we have to start saying, how do we participate in this system? Look, guys, this is right now. We're in the heat of it. And we know that Rauner's going to cut CPS. That does not hurt anyone outside of out of the city. So now what?
Right. You know what though? Bruce Rauner said this is what he was going to Springfield to do. To
sure
take
did.
On Mike Madigan. Remember?
He did.
He said, here's a guy who has nothing to lose by taking on Mike Madigan. He could probably care less if he gets reelected. You know what I'm saying? See, he said it during his campaign. He got elected on going downstate and saying that I am going to change the way business is done in Springfield. I'm going right at Mike Madigan, and he is going at it and saying, "All right, brother, you blink. Let's see who blinks first. I don't need to get reelected. I'm a billionaire. What about you? What about the African? This is a total strategy play by Bruce Rauner. What about the African Americans and the unions that have been loyal to you, partner? You're going to let them bleed and die? And he is going to see how much we bleed out.
I'm saying right now, he is bleeding us out. Yeah. But it's a siege, right? And so I'm a Game of Thrones guy. And I think that we are a calculated risk in this process, right? I believe that the Speaker, the Senate President, all of them have said, we're going to have to take some things. They're hoping that you're going to be so mad at Chicago State being closed that you're going to say one more time, Bruce Rauner. But let's just be clear. We heard it right here on this show. There was a plan for Chicago State, right? There was. Got yelled at, got screamed at. We heard about there was another alternative plan, and Chicago State is about to close, y'all.
Mark Carter. Mark, good morning. I know you got some stuff to talk about. What's going on, Mark?
Yeah, Matt, I want to first say that there's no such thing as they are Democrats. Yes, we can.
Mark, your phone. What happened?
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, but check this out. I know you want to say something about Dunbar because I got about 1 minute, brother. I want you to get your Dunbar piece out. What's wrong with Mark's phone? Something's going on there. All right, yeah, Mark, we just lost Mark. All right, Mark wants you guys to know, he wants people to know, in fact, he texted to me, so I will say this real quick if I can get it out. He wants you guys to know about the Dunbar election, talking about the LSC, and he wants you to re-elect the present LSC to keep the $10 million construction progress under the principal's control. So check that out. I'll get more from Mark. Hopefully I'll try to get him on with Perry so he can talk about that. When we return, Maze Tavis Smiley joins us.
Tavis?
Yes, he's got a new book out called 50 for Your Future, Lessons from Down the Road. Tavis Smiley when we return. Traffic and weather coming up next. I got this. You know, the damn water. Sorry about that. Facebook friends.
Live. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What's going on? You are live behind the scenes at the Maze Jackson social media question of the week right here at WVON. I hope you are enjoying the conversation. What y'all doing out there? What y'all thinking? What y'all saying? Somebody get me out there. What's up, Edward?
Off with her head. Clip can have her.
More behind the scenes. You heard Courtney said, off with her head. Whose head, Courtney?
No.
Look, see, now she want to get shot, y'all.
I'm really sad, guys.
Let's just follow Courtney. Let's do being Courtney.
Can we have a moment right here?
Yes. What's the moment?
Scene. Guys, you know, I really try to work hard, and I'm not happy with my performance this morning.
Why, Courtney?
You know, I just get really disappointed because sometimes they are really guests or topics that I really want to cover on the show. And so, I mean, we get a lot of no's sometimes, but God is good, so I also get a lot of yeses. I'm just a little
Who
disappointed.
told you no today, Courtney?
Well, nobody really told me no, but
Who do we need to put on blast?
Nobody.
Right here, right now. Tell the people.
Where they stay?
Nobody told me no. But
Who
guys,
told you they couldn't make it?
I think I get like an adrenaline rush when I'm putting together the show, right? Sometimes, and so because you got to hit it and it's going, and you got to get these people. I got a gap, man.
Africans, attention! Come on, Courtney. Let me get you a date.
Man,
Smile.
Hey.
Come on. African men.
I think I'm convinced
African men.
that Maze does not want me to ever be employed again.
Sonya, you gotta get on the other side.
He's gonna flip the camera on you.
Hi, Sonya. How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
You're wonderful. Look, she did her hair today.
Oh, and I got a hat on too.
And she got a hat on.
See?
I don't. Where is the? Show me the money. Where? Because I remember a day and time where Perry Small had her little
Yeah, I was
situation
a
going
mess
on.
too, but I got my shit together.
Did she?
What you don't know?
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you watch Facebook Live, so you can get behind the scenes action of what's going on. Did you hear that exchange between Courtney and Perry? It's the Maze Jackson social media question of the week. Guys, I'm trying to find a good spot. The light is just out of control in here. Can you see me? Are y'all still out there? I don't see anybody commenting. Nobody's talking. JB? Jalo, excuse me, that's Jesse K. What's up, Marcette? D, my thought on the new police superintendent. I like Eddie Johnson. I think he's going to do a great job. Plus, he's a Sigma man. Go, Mob. Dave Britton, we need to stop being victims. Damn right we need to stop being victims. Tell these fools. I'm starting to think we might have to have a campaign to just do a
All right, guys,
reset.
don't forget, come on out tonight. Join Harry Small at the Beverly Arts Center for the WVON 2016 Heritage Film Series. Dreamcatcher, Do You Want to Catch a Dream is the documentary about a former Chicago prostitute, Brenda Myers-Powell, who now helps women and teenage girls break the cycle of abuse and exploitation. It all goes down at 7 o'clock, Beverly Arts Center, 2407 West 111th Street. Go on WVON.com right now and click on the Dreamcatcher banner, and you can get your tickets today. Also, ComEd is going to be in the house. They got a booth set up there, guys, and they're going to give away some free tickets. So if you get up there early, stop by the ComEd booth. You get some tickets while supplies last. They don't have an unlimited number of tickets. They got about 20, I think, they're going to give away. The 2016 Heritage Film Series is brought to you by our friends at GenCare and is powered by ComEd. How about that? On a Thursday morning, Maze Jackson doing his thing live on Facebook on the live line with us. Our good friend Tavis Smiley, the incredible Tavis Smiley, one of the brothers I respect the most out here doing what he does for the community on television, on radio, anywhere he can get his voice heard to empower African Americans. Tavis is doing it. What's going on, Tavis? Man, doing good, trying to enjoy life right now, and everything that's going on. Well, I'll put it like this, and I know you are interested in the same thing, enjoying this political cycle that we're in right now, because there is a lot going on, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and in some ways too much going on.
Yeah.
I digress on that point.
Yeah, I know. And you know what, I will ask you about the presidential election, but I am very, because we don't have a lot of time, I am very curious about your new book, 50 for Your Future, Lessons from Down the Road.
Yeah, this happens to be book number 20. It's hard to believe it, but of all the books I've done, this is, without question, the most aesthetically beautiful book that I've done. Every page in it is full color. The design layout is amazing. When you pick it up, it's kind of hard to put down. I just hope the words match the beauty of the design. It's a small book. It fits in your backpack, in your purse. You can take it on the train, on the plane, anywhere. It travels quite nicely. But it's ultimately a book that where I try to share some great advice that I hope will help people make better choices and ultimately live better lives. I believe that whenever, wherever, however, and from whomever we get great advice about how to be more of our authentic selves, I think we're obligated to kind of share that. And I've been so blessed to have come from humble roots, born in Mississippi and and raised, of course, down the road from you in Indiana and out to Los Angeles. So much goodness has come into my life. I've been blessed beyond measure. So this is one of those books I hope will help others try to make better choices and ultimately live better lives.
Now, of course, this is obviously a part of your life's work and experiences from meeting some incredible people and having relationships with some incredible people. Is there anything about this book that is connected to what is going on in our society today? When you think about all the protesting that's going on, the politics of today, presidential and local, stuff that's going on here in Chicago.
Yeah, everything in this book is applicable to where we are right now. And it's the kind of book that will have a long shelf life, which is to say, because these are lessons that I have learned over the course of my life and lessons I'm learning perennially. At the end of the day, let's be honest, I'm still faltering, I'm still failing, I'm still flailing, I'm not human and divine, I'm just human. And so I'm learning these lessons every day myself. And so I on any given day, you pick the book up, there are 50 different lessons, all short stories for how I learned these lessons. Short stories about how I learned these lessons, and great advice from some pretty well-known people like Maya Angelou, of course, and Quincy Jones and others, and advice that I've got from everyday people. I mean, every one of us has a story. Each of us is a story. And it's been amazing to me over my life, the lessons I've learned in some of the most unusual and unpredictable places. But you find wisdom, you get knowledge wherever you can. You take it, you implement it in your own life, and you find out that things are better. So there are all kinds of lessons about where we are in this country right now, about how you can live better lives. Let me give you some of the examples of some of the lessons in here. In no particular order, time is undefeated. I realized at 35, but I turned 35, Matt, that 70 was the life expectancy for black men. Now, you think you're young and vibrant and all that at 35, and you are. But if you're a black man and life expectancy is 70, that means if you turn 36 or 35 in one day, you got more life behind you than in front of you. And so you're not going to beat time, so you better get busy on your grind, get busy on your hustle. Another lesson, you can't stand out rather, and fit in at the same time. You can't fit in and stand out at the same time. You got to figure out what makes you uniquely different. Another lesson, today is not refundable. You are not going to get today back. If you knew that today was your last day, how would you live it differently than whatever you have planned for today? When you're in trouble, don't quit. You double down. I talk about how to double down in moments of crisis. And one other one, so many of us are living lives where our vulnerabilities outnumber our possibilities. How do you navigate a life when you wake up every day in Chicago and you see more vulnerabilities than you see possibilities? What do you do about situations like that? So there's all kinds of advice. Don't let your reservations become regrets. I could do this all day, but there are 50 short lessons, 50 great topics, and I think everybody will be benefited by the text. And, of course, it's a great graduation gift right around this season.
I like it already, man. Just me and Maze are shaking our head in agreement, and especially when you said the 35 years old.
I'm all nervous. Oh, God, no.
We scared about it, but I believe that if you work hard and you get on your grind and get on your hustle, for those of us of faith, we believe that God can help us redeem the time. One of the lessons in this book is called Some of Us is Not the Sum of Us. The S-O-M-E. Some of you is not the sum, the S-U-M of you. So whatever mistakes you have made somewhere along the way, don't let some of you define the sum of you. There's always a chance every day you wake up to try to get it right.
And not only are you telling little stories about some of your more noteworthy friends and people that you've had the opportunity to encounter, but also family as well.
Don't let family, friends, again, most of the lessons in this book do not come courtesy of famous people. They come courtesy of everyday people, courtesy of the mistakes that I've made, and there's so many lessons in here that we ought to be, I hope that this book is something that people get as a gift. Somebody in the campaign ought to give it to their various candidates, because there's just so much in here that even the candidates, I think, would be benefited by taking a hard look at.
All right, and guys, you can go on Google and get it on Google Play, also Barnes & Noble, any other places they...
Everywhere and anywhere books are sold.
There you go, you got it. All right, Tavis, real quick, I got about a minute left. Bill O'Reilly got up under your skin a little bit the other day, huh?
Well, he's not under my skin, it's just I'm just tired of people lying. You have to live a life that's authentic, which starts, I think, with being a truth teller. One of the lessons in this book is you got to seek the truth, speak the truth, stand on the truth. Donald Trump is not the answer to the prayer. I'm tired of Bill O'Reilly and Fox News coddling him, and somebody's got to tell the truth about the Donald.
There you go. Brother, I hope to see you on Meet the Press more often. You know I always say that when you come on the show, man. You know, Chuck Todd needs to have you on speed dial. I'm serious because, you know, and
You
my
need to
girl Jo-
replace Chuck Todd. How about that?
I know that's right. And Joanne,
I can go Sunday morning shows as often as I can, so I'll do that just because you asked me to, man.
there you go, brother. Because every time you on there, I'm like, all right, Tavis is holding it down. Tavis Smiley, as always, love you, brother. There you go. 8:58 on WVON. We are out of here, guys. Maze Jackson, tell everybody how they can stay in touch with you.
Hey, check it out. You can stay in touch with me, www.facebook.com/MazeJack. But Matt, new and improved, www.mazejacksonsaid.com. www.mazejacksonsaid.com. You can get all my commentaries, everything I wrote, everything that you hear. Actually, we even put these shows up there. So you can watch it live or you can listen to it live. www.mazejacksonsaid.com.
I tell you, Maze, you're a social media king, brother. You're going to have to teach me how to do that, man. I am out of here. Maze is out of here. Back next Thursday. Perry's coming up next. Don't forget tonight, Beverly Arts Center. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Have a happy Thursday. We're back at it tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Maze Jackson Social Media Question of the Week live on the Matt McGill Morning Show every Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We are out of here. Peace.
Big Apple debate.
I'll take it right